everybody, it's Melissa, and we're going to talk about 3 things that you need to start in January. It's a brand new year, and it's time to start some really good habits to take you through the entire year. So here's what I want to know. I want to know, do you have a goal for 2020? This is going to play in just a minute, but I want to know, do you have a goal for 2020? Yes or no? If you do, I would love to hear what that goal is, but I also want to know if you haven't quite gotten there yet and you don't have a goal yet. So I want to know where you're at. So we're going to talk about 3 things, okay? So 3 things that I think are really, really important for you to start right now, today, okay? So the first thing is saving graphics. Okay, so in the elite group, every single month, they get 2 whole batches of graphics and they eat them up. They love them. They use them. And it's the highest traffic graphics that I have on my own business page for my direct sales company, right? So they're gold, and they're not my graphics. It's curated content, which means it's content that I've collected like a little pack rat and put it in a folder, and I pull those out in January and I post them for them to use as well. So it's my own stash that I'm sharing with them. But I want to teach all of you how to be better business women and men in 2020. So I want you to take the things that I do and do them for yourself to make your life a lot easier. So here's what I do. Starting, you can start this today. You can create a January folder on your computer, and you just, when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see anything that has to do with January or the new year, or something that's inspirational or something that's funny or a quote, or it doesn't matter what it is. If it has to do with the new year, you want to save it. Now, it's really great and easy to save these into a Facebook folder. So you all know that you can click a little save button on a post. You can save that post and you can put it into a collection. So you can name your collection January. So you can start saving just as you're scrolling through, so that it's not such a big deal. You just save it and throw it into a January folder. Well, whenever you have time, you can go take everything from that January folder and put it into the folder on your desktop. All right. So now when January comes in 2021, you will have all of this content, this great content to schedule out for the entire month, like funny memes and Happy New Year stuff and goal stuff and all of these fun things that you can use in your business that is just curated content that's out there and you're just sharing. Okay? So that's one thing that I want you to start doing every single month. So February, all that Valentine's Day, those Valentine's Day memes and funny stuff, and you collect those into a Facebook collection for February, and then download all of those and put them into a folder so that you can use them next year and schedule them out. Okay? So that's the first thing that I want you to do. Now, the second thing is all about taxes. Ooh, yeah. So I want you to start getting into a habit of dealing with your taxes. However that is, make it a goal to do better than you did last year. All right? Now, if you really sucked, your job's going to be pretty easy. All you got to do is not suck as bad, right? So here's what I do. I'm going to show you a quick rundown. I print absolutely everything, and I actually leave it on my printer for the entire month. So I print everything out, and even if I have receipts, I tuck them into the printed pile. And at the end of the month, I actually put them in a folder. So you can see that I have this accordion folder right here, and it just has 12 folders in it for each month. And I just put all of those into the January folder. So at the end of January, I have all of my receipts, everything ready to go, and it's easy to do because it's all sitting right there and it's waiting for me. I don't save anything. If it's a receipt, it has to be printed, and that's it. It stays right there until the end of the month, and then I take everything and I put it in here, and I write at the top of it whatever it's for, whether it's business or programs or training or whatever. I just write it at the top. So whatever your process is, just do better than you did last year and figure out how to get ahead of it this year. If you have any tax tips, we would love to hear them. Everybody's always looking for great tax tips. So that was number 2, was your taxes. And number 3 is I want you to set some goals, okay? So you really, really need to have 3 goals for the year. Okay, starting in January, I want you to think about 3 goals. I want you to think about an immediate goal, and then I want you to think short term, and then I want you to think long term. Okay, so I have a goal for the entire year. My theme, and you're going to hear over and over and over, is lead generation. I want to double the amount of leads that I have right now. What's that mean? Well, that means that I need to know how many leads I have right now so that I know when I double them, right? So those goals aren't just something that you throw in the wind. There's something that you really have to think about, and you really have to assess. You really have to dig a little deeper and see what that means. You can't say, oh, I want to promote in my company. What does that mean? What does that look like? What do you need to in order to do that? What are the steps that you need to do that? You really need to write this out if that's your annual goal. And then with that annual long-term goal, everything that you do in a month should be compounded by that long-term goal. So it should include it. You should be working on that every single day. It should be written on a note and smacked on your mirror and in front of your desk on the wall. You should see it everywhere so that you always know, what am I doing today to reach that goal that I had, okay? Your short-term goal, that is something, could be 3 months, could be 6 months. This is something that I really like to evaluate every 3 months for myself. So, I could be where I need to work on recruiting. So this 3 months, I'm going to work on recruiting. Or this 3 months, I'm going to work on lead generation. Or this 3 months, I'm going to work on my customer group. So think about short-term. What can you accomplish in 1 month or 3 months, however you want to work that. But you should always have a short-term goal and a long-term goal, and your immediate goal. Okay, so what is your immediate goal that you can think of to start today? Well, I can give you that answer. It's a plan, okay? You need a plan. You need to sit down and think about all of those things that I just told you about. And okay, so what is your goal? Like, my goal was lead generation, and what could I do today to jump on that goal, to really just put a fire under and get it going? Well, I started the Canva tips group, and that group is going to be a place where I share all of these Canva design tips and really just teach. I'm going to spend the whole year teaching people how to become better graphic designers. But through that, I'm also gaining more, doing my lead generation. That was my entire goal to begin with. So that was my immediate goal, was to get that group up and running. So that just gives you an idea of an immediate, and then you need a short term and a long term. Got it? So I hope this helps you to get started. If you didn't have a goal or didn't know where to start in January, I hope this helps to give you a little jump start and figure out what it is that you need to do. So your goal tonight, your number one goal tonight, is to create those goals, to figure out how you're going to accomplish something, what you're going to accomplish in 2020. So I would love to hear it. I would love to see it. You can write it down. You can snap a picture and put it in the comments, and let us all see and keep you accountable. Put it out there in the universe, and then big things will happen. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye.